G'day, Piros here, and today I have something super exciting in the Foildrive world. So Foildrive have taken it upon themselves to do a bulk order from No Limits to bring out the V2 with an integrated motor. And man, this thing is so nice. And hey, look at this. Looks light, it is light. The whole thing on a high modulus mast is only 2.5 kilos. So a normal mast with the normal standard motor on it would come in around about that as well. But high modulus doesn't mean lighter in general. Generally, you can actually, when you go to the other brands and they've done the high modulus masts, they're generally heavier, but they're much, much stiffer. No Limits have managed to go into high modulus and still keep the weight down with incredible stiffness. And this thing is insanely stiff, especially for its lightweight. So yeah, there may be sort of bigger and better and stiffer and stronger high modulus masts out there, but they're much heavier, and they can be up to 1 kilo heavier than this, even with the motor. So this is insane. And I was skeptical about it. I thought, you know, I've been riding the Axis Ultra, which I absolutely love, and that I class as the stiffest mast on the market. So this is actually an Axis, for an Axis, but I've got the stringer adapter on the top, and these things are sweet. I'm nothing to do with these guys. That is the most mint adapter you can buy. It just fits on. It's like the Americans, their machining with alloys and their anodizing is just first rate. Highly recommended. Again, I've got nothing to do with them. Okay, so getting back to the advantage of integrated over non-integrated. So I'll just put a prop on. So the one thing about when you have this on is these two top blades, they get clean water all the time. The bottom blade will get some disturbance regardless of how good your taping job is. So what's that mean? Well, how that translates for me is it's giving me about another 10 to 15% more starting speed and power. Yeah, I'm not kidding, it really does. And so again, what's that mean? It means I can actually drop down a foil size. So I'm a flat water starter. You know, all my videos, I love being able to flat water start. I'm now flat water starting down a foil size. You can even drop your board size down a little bit with that little bit of extra power. It's not the magic bullet, but if you find, you know, you've just got this one foil you want to use, but it's just too hard to get up with, this can be the game-changing deal that does it, and it's just magnificent. So you can pre-order these now with Foildrive. Just one thing you got to take in consideration, the 78 with the No Limits, they tend to actually measure about 1 inch longer. So this 78 would be very similar in height to an Axis 80, okay? So performance-wise, how's it go? Man, it's stiff, it's really stiff. And being high modulus, it's just, you know, normally when the other brands go high modulus, they become heavier. NL have somehow waved the magic wand. They've got this incredible stiffness with a narrow cord, and very narrow this way as well, thickness as well. And it's got really good flow. Let's just flick to some of my footage here. And a good way to test, like you can do the shop test where you twist it like that, but the mid-mast strength is a very hard one to test in the shop. The best way to do it is on a sucky wave face. Let's flick over to some of my footage here. You can see the mast is fully loaded, although it's this beautiful day, it's great, but it just held straight. And what happens is sometimes when you get on those sucky faces, the mast will load, and then when you come off out of the transition straight, it'll snap back and just throw you off, and you think you've breached or you've done something wrong. It's generally mast flex that does that too, and also torsional flex that does it as well. So I'm the greatest advocate for a stiff mast, and you really, really do need a stiff mast if you want to take your Foildrive foiling to the next level. So here's some more footage. I went out at Flat Rock. Ben Taylor got me some nice footage, but unfortunately it was like blowing about 25 knots, pretty lumpy. But again, some good examples of me. I'm getting flogged into quite a few of these, but it just is amazing, and it felt really good. How's it pump? It pumps great. Sorry I don't have any pumping footage. I haven't had this for long enough, but we'll just have a little bit more look at this footage. And you can see how comfortable I am. My arms aren't flapping, anything like that. That's a good indication. If you actually just go back to my other videos, you find I'm always sort of doing all this. But in this video here, My arms are settled. It's exactly the same foil. I ride the Code 980 or the 850 in all my videos. They're the only two foils you really see me riding. And my arms are here. So in all the other videos, I'm going like that. Again, comes back to mast flex, mast tension, right? So high modulus means stiffness. It's not extra strength, it's stiffness. And unfortunately, to get that, the whole process is very expensive. So it's going to come in, this is probably going to come in around about the $3,700 mark, talking Australian dollars here, with the motor. But if you order a kit from brand new, you actually get to deduct the cost of the motor off that. So, you know, knocks off, I'm guessing about another $1,000. So it brings it down into a reasonable level. But for me, it's a no-brainer. The only thing you have to work out, whether you want to go 15 or 20, because once you order it, you can't change it. But for me, you know what, I just absolutely loved it. And like, that's the fortunate part about being a team rider is, you know, we get to get this stuff early and we get to ride it. And the unfortunate part about it is you have to give it back. And I absolutely fell in love with this, and I just hate sending it back. Not everything Paul sends me to test works out this great. You know, obviously you guys don't get to see the things that go wrong, but this is mint. This is A grade. This is like Piros froth grade. I love it. I love it. It's a must have. You go, I know you're freaking out the money. You've done a big investment with your Foildrive already. You want to Foildrive better. You want to Foildrive bigger waves. You want to have more flow. Unfortunately, I didn't get the downwind this. I just haven't had it long enough, but it will be sick on the downwinder. And it's fast and efficient, the flow. I have not got one negative thing to say about it. The only thing I have is it's now leaving me and it's gone. So anyway, there it is. Put a little bit more footage on. If you're going to order new, this is definitely the time to do it. You're going to bite the bullet. Yeah, you guys going between 15 and 20. You know, like 20, yes, I had a 20 at the start, but I was off it within a few weeks. I'm on a 15, I'll never go back. So, but that's up to you guys. You've got to make your own decision with it. So anyway, folks, thanks for listening. Get on the Foildrive site, have a look at these NLs, and consider it greatly, because it will greatly improve your performance, your full driving, and in fact, it'll improve your life. Thanks for listening, guys.